It's the weekend, and you know what that means.
It's WWND.
Wrestling with Neurodivergence, you dumb whores.
Ooh.
And we're coming to you from the birthplace of Roderick Strong.
Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
I'm Lisa. I have autism. That's our ref Gary.
Yeah, and I've got ADHD.
Let's get down to it.
All right.
We will be discussing the November 13th Dynamite. But before we begin, we have some housekeeping.
Housekeeping? Want me to fluff your pillow?
All right. Last week, we were discussing these steel chairs, how
Yeesh.
the stinging and everything.
Mhm.
I got an email
Ooh.
that I was granted permission to share
Nice. Mm-hmm.
from a dedicated listener,
Oh.
Tino.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate dedication, and I appreciate Tino.
Yes, we do. He had said, there was some steel chair talk today, and it hurts me to see it every time. My cousin accidentally dropped a steel chair on me when we were kids. We were putting chairs on a rack. I bent down to tie my shoe. A chair slipped from his hand and hit me in the side of the head.
Ooh.
I didn't pass out, but it really freaking hurt, and every time I see it happen on a wrestling show, I think about how much that hurt.
Yeah.
LOL.
It's no good. No bueno.
No.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, good God, I don't blame you for thinking about that every time you
no
see
kidding.
that.
That's traumatizing and traumatic.
That is a CTE alert.
Yeah.
And you can blame your cousin.
It doesn't sound like it was on purpose.
No,
So
but I'm
that's-
just saying in the future,
Yeah.
if something happens, Tino.
Yeah, that cousin, be like, you just guilt them forever.
Yeah.
Be like, oh man, I got these chronic headaches because of you.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. Be nice to your cousin. All right. What else you got?
Next, we kept going, who said Ishii was the hot one?
Yes.
And Gary, you did the homework.
I did. So I did the search-ins, and it seems like it was from a Rampage on August 17th, 2024. There was a match with Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Ishii, and they were versing the Outrunners and Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle O'Reilly was on commentary.
Oh.
And that's where it came from. So what he had said is Orange Cassidy is the brains of the conglomeration. And he said and he said Briscoe is the brawn and Ishii is the hot one. And he implied that he himself, being O'Reilly, is the wild card. And Willow is the one that drives the van.
Oh.
So we still don't have any word on where Rocky fits in, but what would you put him at, Lisa?
He is the hot one when Ishii is in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
When Ishii is out of town, somebody has to take over.
Maybe he's just the one who brings the sugar.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
He sweetens the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm glad I found that, and because I just hate when those things are out there and I'm like, where did that come from?
Exactly.
And now it is documented in our podcast forever.
Yes.
So yeah,
now
thank you
know.
for letting me view that to everyone.
Well, thank you for looking that up.
Yeah, I have to know that stuff. It's just, I can't let it slide. It's like, I grew up at that perfect time where like teachers and stuff were like, here's what web search engines are and blah, blah, blah. So then like it was drilled into my head of like, if you have a question, Google it, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I digress. Back to Lisa and more housekeeping.
Now we're done.
Oh, done with housekeeping?
The pillows are fluffed.
Pillows. You know what? You guys should all appreciate a good pillow fluff from Lisa. There's nothing better. Nothing better. All right. So how about we jump into some wrestling?
Okay. We started out Dynamite with Christian Cage and Hangman Page versus Jay White and Juice Robinson. The ref was Stephon Smith.
Yeah.
Juice was wearing a literal belt on his trunks.
Oh, his outfit was phenomenal.
It was.
But Juice always...
He brings it.
He brings it.
And again, we have Cowboys and Pirates.
Yeah, no kidding. Always good.
And there was so much black in the ring except Juice's little gold trunks.
Yeah, I really felt like, although it was good, I felt like Christian was kind of the odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get how he fit into the equation, but it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, fill me in if you know anything. Otherwise, did they just need someone?
I think it's because Jay has a problem with both Hangman and Christian.
Okay.
Hangman
that makes sense.
caused Jay his spot in the Owen. And because of that, Christian is the one that got the contract.
Okay.
So
I would say that's good enough reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you.
Christian's sleeveless turtlenecks remind me of the dickies that you put under your shirt when you don't want to wear the full turtleneck.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always like,
Indeed.
I'm bugged by them. I'm just like, I keep waiting to just see the scoop neck.
Yeah,
There's just something about them.
it's awesome.
And I loved Hangman's pants, the fringe, the sparkly flames, the black.
Mm-hmm.
And I could watch Jay and Hangman wrestle for all time. The chemistry that those two have in ring is it's just great.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
And I did like the distrust aspect of Christian and Hangman.
Yeah, yep, that was well executed for sure. Mm-hmm.
The facial expressions, I liked how that was played up and how the camera caught it.
Mhm.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you, cameraman.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I noticed Juice has pictures of himself on his boots.
I missed that. I got to go back and check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, nice.
I did wish Austin and Colton Gunn were able to be out with Juice and Jay to equalize Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne.
Yeah, no kidding. Plenty of shenanigans.
There really were. But as soon as I had that thought, that's when Hook came out to equalize Nick Wayne
Yeah.
in that surprise attack. And I was like, oh, and so it begins, the
Yeah.
1 by 1.
I remember when he came out, like
Mhm.
I saw the movement way in the background early on, and I'm like, oh, something's going on. And Amanda's like, what? What do you see? I don't see anything.
We do have a CTE alert.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. Kip Sabian hit Juice in the head with the contract.
Yeah. That poor contract has been through so much.
I know.
But, it is just a contract.
I know. Christian and Hangman won thanks to that assist from Kip Sabian, further proving he's the favorite son.
Yep.
What did you think of Stefan?
Well, Stefan, I really hate to break this to you, buddy, but you are getting 2 thumbs down. And here's why. You were fooled not once, but twice by Mother Wayne.
Oh.
And that let shenanigans slide? No bueno. No.
Yeah.
You come on. It's Mother Wayne. You don't fall for that.
Right.
I mean, yeah, no excuses. So I'm sorry, buddy. It would have been good except for the shenanigans you let slide, so 2 thumbs down.
Understandable.
Thank you.
My takeaway. What a great way to open Dynamite. Not just the match,
Oh, I know.
which was awesome, but it was commercial free.
Yeah, it was. Well, we'll dive into it more, but this was a very action-packed Dynamite.
It really was.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. Yeah. All right. So you want me to?
Thirstometer.
Oh yeah.
11 out of 10.
All right.
Hangman was looking just...
Yeah.
And you had
And
Jay
Jay.
White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Juice. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
And I like Christian. And yeah.
That's true. I would personally give none to Nick and Mother Wayne, but
And
that's up to
Kip.
you. That's up to you.
I know. Oh, and you had Hook.
Oh, Hook gets Diet Cokes.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Let's close this match out.
Okay.
We see that Renee is waiting for word with Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
Renee is in all denim. It was dark denim.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mercedes' outfit looked cool, but the lacing looked like it might be a nightmare, but that's just for me personally. But she
Yeah.
can pull it off. She looked great.
Yeah.
Renee had said, you and this is my own, Camille.
What's that name?
Camel? Candace?
Well, that camel grunt means it's camel.
Yeah. Attempted to run over Chris Statlander. And Mercedes said, it's not my fault that Camel can't drive. And Mercedes said she's not afraid of Chris. And that is when Chris Statlander showed up in the background like a freaking Terminator.
Yeah.
And just charged Mercedes. She shoved Camille out of the way. Then Mercedes and Chris started fighting before Chris Statlander basically speared both women through drywall.
Yeah. No kidding.
It was great.
It was great.
It
For
was.
sure.
And it's so great to see Chris Statlander so unstoppable. I really want her to win the TBS championship belt at Full Gear.
I can get behind that. Absolutely. I'm a Statlander fan. Yeah.
Thirstometer.
Yeah.
I am going to say 9 out of 10 just for Stat.
Okay.
And Mercedes.
Yeah. No, that's very fair. And
Camels get Diet Pepsis.
camels. Okay. We'll set it off then.
Tony Schiavone is in the ring, and he welcomes Will Ospreay out. And I am wondering, why can Will Ospreay pull off joggers, tucking joggers into his socks. There's no way I could do that.
Oh, you know what, though? You're in good company. I could not do it either, if that makes you feel any better.
It does, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'll call it out.
Okay.
I try to be vulnerable on the podcast.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. This is a place safe sharing and whatnot.
Yeah.
There you go.
He had a very nice dark gray, whole tracksuit with red accents.
Mm-hmm.
It looked really good.
It did.
It looked comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He said his focus is on regaining the international championship overall, but at that moment his focus was on Kyle Fletcher.
And all of that excites me.
Yeah, he called out Kyle, and Kyle came out in all black. I thought he looked really good in all black.
Did you notice, though, that he had on Don Callis shoes?
He did. I noticed that right away. And my second thought was he should paint his nails black like Takeshita.
Oh, yeah.
But
put some socks on.
Yeah, they do make trouser socks.
Do it.
They look very good.
Dapper.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or even some no-show socks or something. I don't know.
And you know what, though? If he does have no-shows and they're that good and I can't see them, then I do apologize.
Yeah, we're sorry then.
So, but we invite you. Call in, Fletcher. We'll put you on the air.
Yeah. We'll interview you. We're
Absolutely.
not that. I have no skills, but I'll try.
We'll make it work.
Your wife is from Chicago. That's not that far from us.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sky Blue's in Chicago. She's from Chicago.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So Kyle Fletcher tells Will that the family is never far behind him, so don't lay a finger on him.
Yeah, no kidding.
And yeah, I did have oh God, he's not wearing socks with his shoes, just like Don Callis.
Yep. Yeah, I figure you noticed too.
Yep. He was carrying a screwdriver with him, just like Will said he would be.
Yeah.
And that was some very fancy screwdriver throwing by Will Ospreay.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Just bam, right into the mat.
Do you think they practiced that, or do you think that was just a one-off?
My initial guess would be that he practiced it. But then again, the thought of that just happening and him being like, all right, is awesome.
They didn't really show his face when it happened, so I'm going to pretend he was just like, oh, wow.
Well, that
awesome.
actually also suggests that the cameraman was ready for it.
That's true. Don't kill my dreams, Gary.
No. I'm here to build up dreams, not kill them.
Will said that Kyle knows where he lives. He opened the door for him in AEW. He let him live with him during the pandemic. He invited him into United Empire. They took over Japan and England. He took Kyle with him when he picked up his son, and that's the part that scares his wife and him.
Yeah.
And Kyle said that all of that stuff Will just mentioned, Will did for himself because he was trying to mold another Will Ospreay. And Will said, yeah, he stabbed Kenny Omega and Okada in the back. So Kyle, pick a lane. Is he just like Will or nothing like him?
Good line.
Yeah.
It's a solid point.
Right. So Kyle challenged Will to a match at Full Gear, and Will accepted the challenge. Mm-hmm. And then Kyle was like, you think the Tiger Driver was bad? You think that screwdriver to the back of the head was bad? Just wait until Full Gear.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I was like, I wonder what he's going to try to do at Full Gear.
Well, we'll be ready for it.
Mm-hmm. And at that moment, Lance Archer and Brian Cage show up, and Will Ospreay says he's got friends too, and Mark Davis and Will Hobbs show up.
Yeah, powerhouse.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of meat.
Yes,
right
it
there.
is. And with Lance Archer, too.
Yeah, both count.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Brian Cage,
and
too.
Brian Cage, yeah.
Oh, my God. This was a very meat-heavy episode.
It was.
I'm just trying to build the anticipation, because we all know what's coming at the end, but just planting the seeds.
They all start fighting, which leads to Roddy's music hitting. And before we go any further, what'd you think of the whole...
I loved it. The screwdriver added to it. I think there was one part, I want to say it was... Oh, one of them referred to themselves as Mr. Pay-Per-View, and just the way they said it tickled me.
I think that was Will.
I think it was Will, too. But all in all, great promo, great tension, great storytelling.
Yeah.
Thumbs up from me. Not that there's a ref. I apologize. I need something else because I can't give a thumbs up.
You totally can give the thumbs up.
I can?
Yes.
Okay, well, thumbs up for me.
I thought it was a great segment with Kyle on his own, working off of Will to build tension, to build why they're, to build just, hey, we're going to have a match at Full Gear. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for that match.
I kind of like that Hobbs is kind of teaming up with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fun. You got to mix it up sometimes. And this is a good mix up.
And there's the whole Mark Davis in the middle of the scuffle, stops and doesn't hit Kyle Fletcher. So it's like, oh, he's torn.
Yeah. And that leads to good storytelling.
Right. When's he going to turn on Will Ospreay and company, and go over to the dark side?
And I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but if it does, I'll be there for it too.
Right. Thirstometer, 10 out of 10.
All right.
The production was so smooth. Everything would match, right into match, right? Everything was so great.
Yeah, all the matches, they bled right into each other.
Mhm.
It was great for the refs too, because they just snuck out and just jumped in, and it was
really nice.
Yeah.
So Roddy's music hit, which led to the Roderick Strong versus Lance Archer Falls Count Anywhere match. The ref was Rick Knox. Roddy went through a table before even getting out, basically anywhere.
Yep.
Because Lance ran up there, and I know it was hard to see, but the silhouette of everything with the lighting looked great.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because Amanda and I were theorizing, was that like on purpose, or did they just underestimate how the lack of lighting back there, or somebody forgot to turn on some lights?
Don't know. I hope it was a gimmicked table, though, because you don't just want to throw somebody through a table that's not ready to be a table to be thrown through. I don't know if that just made sense, but I said it.
Works for me.
The match basically took place in the crowd, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Because I was like, okay, when are they going to get to the ring? Oh, that's not happening. Nice.
Right?
Lucky crowd up there.
I mean, even right in the beginning, as they're running back and Rick gives a signal to ring the bell, I'm like, damn. I mean, it set the whole tone for it, and the energy didn't stop.
Right. Brian Cage helped Lance Archer, but before the powerbomb, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett ran out to interfere, thankfully, because I was like, oh, that would really not feel good.
Yeah.
So that was nice. I thought it was really impressive that Lance could balance on that barricade.
Yeah, that was a pretty good move.
I mean, he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, look at you. You are agile.
Yeah.
Like a big tomcat.
Yeah.
So we have a CTE alert.
Yeah.
Roddy got Lance Archer in the head with the chair. I mean, Lance did sort of get his arm up, but it was barely.
Yeah.
So I'm counting it.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, I had to kind of watch it back just to make sure. And I'm still not sure. He probably did, but you never know. Roddy won. So Roderick is going to Full Gear to face MJF. He has won all 3 of his matches.
There we go. I don't have a sound. Oh, here we go. We'll do this. Ooh.
Which flashed to MJF in his library watching the TV.
Yep.
Is he aware of that camera?
Good point.
I would like to think he's not. That he just has hidden cameras.
I love the idea of just hidden cameras.
Yep, all over, and he doesn't know. It's like candid camera. He's wearing a camel-colored jacket. It looks very nice. I'm afraid he'll spill wine on it, though. Stain it forever. And that is when they flash back to the ring because Roddy yells Max.
In a glorious fashion.
Right into the microphone. And then says, Max, at Full Gear, this all ends, and I'm going to finish your ass. And then Takeshita ran out and attacked Roddy from behind. And then Adam Cole's music hits.
Yeah.
And before we go any further, what'd you think of the job Rick Knox did?
So, Rick did a phenomenal job with jumping right in there, calling for the bell ring before they didn't even get to the ring, following him around, and just being on top of it all through the crowd. Rick's going to get 2 thumbs up. And I think that's the first time I've given Rick 2 thumbs up.
I think so.
But good job, man. It was
nice.
It was an action-packed match, and he matched the energy for it.
He really did.
Yep.
I am looking forward. Well, first off, I thought it was a great match.
Yeah.
I was like, I liked how they kept it safe as they could.
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting that they kept it in the crowd.
Which the crowd loved.
Yes, they did.
There was one point where a guy was holding up a sign that said he came here just to see Lance Archer.
Yeah,
and Lance Archer's right in front of him.
He drove 30 minutes to see Lance Archer, and I'm like, I think Lance Archer's sticking by you just because.
That's not that big of a flex. I mean.
No, but he still drove to see Lance Archer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying, if you had a sign that said, I drove 6 hours, that would be like way up there.
It would.
But, whatever. At least he was honest. He could have lied.
He could have.
Then again, I'm even assuming the 30, maybe he drove 5. Anyway.
That's true.
Anyway.
I am looking forward to the MJF versus Roderick Strong.
Yes.
Versus possibly, we'll be finding out shortly, Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Match at Full Gear. Thirstometer. 10 out of 10.
All right.
Roderick. Yeah, Roddy Strong.
So I know that bleeds right into the next, but
let's close this match out.
Let's close it out.
Adam Cole versus Takeshita. Ref was Bryce Remsburg.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice of Takeshita to get out of the ring so that Adam Cole could do the boom and the Adam Cole baby thing. You know, I thought that was very considerate.
His timing is still just impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good for him.
Takeshita looks great.
Yes.
Adam doesn't look so jaundiced, but his front absolutely looks a darker orangish than his back.
Yeah, it's still not up to par. I don't know what's up with that, but
it's like the person that's putting the tanner on his back kind of has an idea of what would look natural, and he's doing his front and is overestimating
that could be. Yeah.
Like how much bronzer or tanner or whatever they're using that he needs. I don't know.
Interesting.
But when he took his knee pad down, his knee was kind of a little colored, unlike last time where his knee was dead pale.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, what are you doing?
I learned a lesson. I still thought it was more on the pale side, but...
It was pale, but it looked kind of like he scraped some tanner down there, maybe by accident.
There you go.
I don't know, but please, for the love of God, hire somebody to go on the road with you that knows your formula. Please.
There you go.
Please.
And I've never had a spray tan, so I couldn't even say. Have you ever done that?
No.
Okay, I know Amanda has.
Because it would look so unnatural on me, you would know right away that I did something.
Sure.
Because I am corpse pale.
Well, you know.
I mean, seriously.
It works for you.
It does, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I have tried to find foundation in my color, and they don't make it.
Nah, nobody needs that.
It just...
We like Lisa the way she is.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Makeupless and weird.
I was going to say wonderful, but sure.
I'm a banshee.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, oh God, I have Takeshita looks great down twice.
Well, he looked that great.
He did. He always looks that great. Takeshita won.
Yeah.
Thank God. He's the international champion. He's never lost. He should not lose to Adam Cole.
I agree with you, but did it have to be with the ring?
No, it should not have been with the ring.
Right, exactly.
I was not happy about that. I was like, he didn't need the ring. Obviously, they needed to play it into the story somehow.
Yeah.
No, they could have just had Don standing on the ramp, like stroking the ring or something. I don't know, but...
Or maybe Don could have, like, snuck a move.
Maybe, yeah.
And then Takeshita... But, yeah.
But even then, Takeshita is strong enough that he wouldn't have needed interference.
Either way.
But, yeah.
I'm agreeing with you, but it's also one of those things where it's like...
Yeah, like we get it, but we don't like it. It's okay, though. Whatever. Takeshita won. The right person won. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
MJF is laughing in his library.
Yeah.
Roddy ran out to help Adam. He got a low blow, but before he got hit with the Dynamite diamond ring, Kyle O'Reilly ran out with a chair.
Yeah.
And then we see Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy, and Adam Cole all in the same ring together. Kyle will not shake Adam's hand, though, so he's obviously...
Yeah, I was...
Still grudging.
I guess. I mean, I'm okay with the grudge, but at the same time, you gotta be nice.
He
but
doesn't
whatever.
really have to be, though.
Okay, that's fair. I suppose.
It sets up a possible feud. Like, hey, we gotta fight it out.
But that's weird that you care enough somebody to come out and help them, and then you're...
He was helping Roddy.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. But he didn't shake Roddy's hand, though, did he?
No, because Roddy didn't offer his hand.
I'm gonna have to go back and double check that. Okay. Yeah, I believe you. I gotta go back and watch that again.
Adam, offered his hand.
I remember that.
You know?
Yeah.
And Kyle was just like, dude, no. Walked away.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And then Ricochet attacked Takeshita in a suit without ripping the pants.
Impressive.
What the heck? And we basically discussed the takeaways.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the ref?
All in all, it was a good job until he let the Takeshita ring slip.
Mm-hmm.
So he missed the shenanigans. So he's not going to get 2 thumbs down because the rest of it was so good. But 1 thumb down for Bryce. And I apologize, man. But next time, you don't let a Dynamite diamond ring slip through your gaze.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Thirstometer.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
There you go.
Let's close this match out.
All right.
We see a black Dodge Ram back into the loading dock area. Marina got out, wearing a white tank top, denim cutoff shorts, and black tights.
Mm-hmm.
Mox got out wearing a black Dickies brand hoodie, which those are really comfortable.
Oh.
I used to own one.
Yeah.
Jeans, and Claudio is with them in white tank top and probably black joggers. We'll find out later.
Yeah.
Renee is with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
MVP is in a blue plaid suit with 2 different shades of blue.
Yep.
He is in, I guess you would call it a white plaid shirt. I don't know how else to describe it. It's white with the squares are blue.
Mm.
The lines, they make like little squares.
Sure.
And he has a tie that is paisley with different blue hues with white on it. And he has a gold pocket square. And then he has like a dark blue carnation on his lapel.
Mm-hmm.
Shelton Benjamin has a dark gray suit with vest, a blue pocket square, a blue shirt, and a blue and gray tie. And Bobby Lashley looks like he's got like a turquoise suit. It looked turquoise.
Yeah.
It was in the blue color wheel, but it was more of a turquoise with black shirt and black pocket square. And MVP interrupted Renee and told her that he'd show her how it's done, meaning her job, and proceeded to ask Bobby Lashley a question regarding his match with Swerve. My takeaway, why mansplain Renee's job to her? She's a treasure. Are they trying to make sure that we know their heels?
I guess.
It's just like, MVP, stop it. Stop it right now.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say that the pattern mixing that MVP was doing did not upset my autism whatsoever.
Oh, well, good
I think
for him.
it's because it was all nice blues that all went together.
Yeah, I can see that.
Did you have any takeaways?
Just MVP was kind of it's a dick move on how he treated Renee.
Yeah. Thirstometer.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, Shelton.
9 out of 10.
Diet Cokes.
Okay. Just had to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe with being a dick to Renee, it could have been turned into Pepsi's.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. We see Wheeler and Claudio are attacking JD Drake with a steel chair. Wheeler has the olive green hoodie on and gray jeans, which seem to be his uniform. Mox heads out. He's got a white t-shirt on. And Mox is in the ring with the mic. And he says, I've been thinking about Orange Cassidy a lot these last few days. He's been playing the game very well. Chuck Taylor is drinking his food through a straw because you couldn't save him. Wheeler Yuta belongs to me. He believes in me because you couldn't save him. And you're undeterred. Hands in your pocket, eyes on the prize. Orange Cassidy, you have the chance of a lifetime on November 23rd. A shot at the AEW World Championship. All friends, all your fans, all your peers are depending on you. That pressure is building, and you're cool as a cucumber. So I have to make an example out of Orange Cassidy at Full Gear on November 23rd. And I will make an example out of you at Full Gear, Orange Cassidy. I'm going to brutalize Orange Cassidy. I'm going to stomp his face into hamburger meat. I'm going to mutilate him so bad his own mother won't recognize him. And everybody will see that. Everybody that wants to call themselves a contender. Everybody who thinks they want to be somebody in the business. They will see that. And they will run and hide. And we will continue to do whatever the hell we want in AEW because I command the AEW World Championship. And we have the power. And at that point, Orange Cassidy's music hits.
Yep.
Orange comes out, and then Mark Briscoe and Rocky Romero are with him. And he says, hello. I wanted to come out and let you know, John, that I agree with you. I believe you. I believe you can do all the things you say you're going to do. And it's because of what's in that briefcase. See, you hold the symbol that represents AEW, that represents me, that represents us, represents all these people. It represents everything that professional wrestling can be. It's the power. You hold the AEW World Championship. But see, we could fight all around this building. We could fight in the parking lot. We could fight in, catering. It doesn't matter because the only way you become AEW World Champion is by wrestling. And for a guy who doesn't like to wrestle, I wrestle more than anybody else here. And I'm pretty good at it too because I beat you, remember that? So at Full Gear, you and I are going to wrestle. And I'm going to beat you again. And I take the power back. And then he went on to say that there was still a couple pawns that he needed to get rid of. So he was going to wrestle Wheeler Yuta to remove the pawn to get to the king.
Nice.
And that's when you hear Wheeler go, I'm no one's pawn. And Claudio looks at him and goes, shut up. And then he shut up.
Yup.
And Mox is like, he's got a message for Orange and everybody else. And it was like, abandon all hope. Mox and Marina and Cruz start to walk off. And then all of a sudden you see this pink mask. And it's Darby. He dove off the entrance thingy onto the Death Riders and Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Rocky Romero attacked them. Mm-hmm. Marina grabbed John and they took off with Claudio. And Darby dove into the bed of the pickup. And that's where eventually we get CTE alert number 3.
Yeah.
Because Claudio put Darby into a big swing.
Mm-hmm.
and Darby's head hit the garage door.
Yep.
Wheeler jumped in the bed of the truck. They take off as Darby screams, "I'm still standing." He just kept screaming that.
Yep.
My takeaway on that, I liked how Wheeler was like, "I'm nobody's pawn." Claudia was like, "Shut up." So Wheeler did, and then Mox was like, "Yeah, he'll fight you," because, Wheeler is apparently not his own man anymore.
Right.
And that whole I like that the whole storyline with Mox is he really is trying to mold the younger talent so that they'll be able to carry on what AEW is when he's gone. Once Brian retires forever, Brian Danielson,
Yep.
once Jon Moxley is gone, I feel like he just wants to make sure that the original people, the younger talent, can actually carry the torch, but he's doing it in his own twisted way.
Okay.
And Orange Cassidy's just like, okay, if you got to do it this way, you got to do it this way, but I'm going to try to stop you.
There you go.
And he definitely understood the assignment with how many times he brought up the date of November 23rd.
Yes.
I
Yeah, for
noticed
sure.
that when I was transcribing the whole thing. I was like, wow, you are selling this.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to their match. I want to see if Orange Cassidy can get it done.
Right. Yep.
And they put on a great match when they were going after the international title.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Definitely lots of anticipation building.
Yeah, thirstometer.
Yeah.
11 out of 10.
All right.
You had Rocky out there, Mox alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. I get
Yeah,
it.
all of it. Renee is with the learning tree. I just remember Chris Jericho smiling, dead-eyed at the camera, and I was like, so we're doing this then. Okay.
Yeah.
We could be having a women's match or a women's segment, but we're doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. And Renee had said, Ishii challenged you, Chris Jericho. Do you accept? And the crux as it is, yes, Chris Jericho accepts the challenge for the Ring of Honor Men's Championship belt. It will not be happening at Full Gear. It apparently will be happening on a Dynamite.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Takeaway. I gave it. Could have gone to the women. I understand you want to draw people into Ring of Honor, especially if it may be getting a TV deal.
Yeah. No, I get that too. I still don't get the appeal of Jericho. I mean, I don't want to yuck anyone else's yum, but for me, it does nothing. To anyone else out there, if I'm wrong, fill me in. But I don't see the appeal, so I'm just curious how they expect it to do anything.
Yeah, you never know.
Although I did think it's funny that Jericho mentioned that Ishii used to wash his back.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I did like how he said he has a soft spot, and then he kind of paused, and he meant for Ishii.
Yeah.
Thirstometer.
Yeah.
All of the Diet Pepsi.
Oh, there you go.
We now have a match with Britt Baker versus Penelope Ford. The ref is Paul Turner.
Yep.
Britt was wearing her yellow and black, her Steelers colors.
Yeah.
I
good
noticed
stuff.
she had the Steelers diamonds on her knee pads.
Oh, nice.
Because I was like, where are they? Where are they?
Yeah, she had her little strappy doos again, too.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
The magenta and black really looks great on Penelope.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I did hear, I think it was Tony Schiavone say the women's division is better than it's ever been. And at that moment, I was like, okay, then we should have more than one match on Dynamite.
No kidding. Yeah.
I mean, I do appreciate that we got more than one backstage segment, and that was giving us time to build stories. And we will probably be getting more than one match on Collision, and that's great. But it would be nice to have more than one match.
Yeah, I think the takeaway just in general is not just us, but from what we're hearing from other people, the public is calling for more female matches. And, it should happen.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It's great. Do it.
Britt won. Serena Deeb came out then and apparently shot her shot basically. It was just like, I believe she was challenging, Britt Baker. What'd you think of Paul?
It was a good match. There wasn't anything in particular that stood out, but he's getting a thumbs up from me.
Nice. Takeaway? I pretty much gave it. I mean, it was a great match between them.
Yeah.
Thirstometer. I'm going to go 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Let's close this match out.
All right.
Renee is backstage with Mina Shirakawa. So relax, everybody. She's here. You guys thought I was thirsty. No. Just kidding, you guys. Mina can't wait to see Mariah on Saturday. They'll have a champagne celebration after Mariah beats Anna Jay. And then Harley Cameron appears. And she says to Mina, you know, some people say you're the Harley Cameron of Japan. Well, welcome to the Harley Cameron of Harley Cameron. Since you'll be here for Collision, why don't you feel the wrath of Harley Cameron? You and me, tit for tit, rack 'em up and may the breast woman win.
Nice.
And then they both start to shimmy.
Yeah, it was definitely a shake-off.
It really was, until Renee was like, okay, enough.
I did appreciate that they still kind of shimmied behind her.
Yes.
And she was just like, what is going on here?
Exactly.
It was a good time. Very well done promo.
Harley, she is such a gremlin on her own. I love it.
She's growing on me, for sure.
Mm-hmm. She is like the female equivalent of Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
He's like a male gremlin let loose. She is a female gremlin let loose.
I would agree with you, but I feel like she's still... I mean, I'm not trying to put her down, but she's still like in her infancy of it. Mm-hmm. Like, because I feel like she's just developing this. Because up till now, she's been that whole, I'm a badass with Soraya, and that wasn't doing anything for me. I like the new Harley, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going to go.
Thirstometer.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, there was some shaking going on. That's got to earn some Diet Cokes.
Well, yeah, and, you know, all three women are stunning.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You get no arguments from me.
Exactly. We now have Swerve versus Leo Rush, the ref, Stefan Smith. Mm-hmm. The red and black looks great on Swerve. The jacket that he came out in, absolutely. The t-shirt, yeah. Nana looked great in the black t-shirt and the leather or pleather pants. I wondered if we were going to get the aggressive Leo.
Right.
Leo was wearing the red and black, the puffy jacket with the spikes on the jacket that are puffy.
Yeah, I had a comment about that. When I first saw it, I said to Amanda, and she agreed with me, that he looks like some sort of Pokemon in that jacket. And then she said, or one of the Koopas from Super Mario Brothers. I'm like, yeah. So he looks like either, some Nintendo character.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Right.
It's just a little silly. In a fun way for me, but if he's not going for that, I mean, whatever.
Understandable. This match, wow. It was fast-paced. They kept up with each other. Mm-hmm. It was like the shot of espresso. Oh,
yeah. No kidding. One thing that I really noticed, and it just drove home the fact of how energetic this match was, is at the end, seeing Swerve talk, he was so winded and sweating more than I've ever seen him after a match. So it's like, at first I thought Leo Rush against Swerve, come on. And I'm like, Leo Rush, man, you held your own. It was impressive.
Yeah.
I liked it. I really enjoyed the match, way more than I thought I would when I first heard who it was going to be.
It really delivered. Swerve wins, and he said now that he's back, everyone wants to come for him because they want to use his name, his equity, and his accolades to prove a point. And it seems like he's going to have to remind people whose house it is. And he called out Bobby Lashley, and MVP said they wanted to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
And that was that there is strength in numbers. And Shelton Benjamin attacks Swerve from behind, and then MVP makes Nana watch as they beat on Swerve again and put him in a full Nelson. Bobby threw Nana into the ring post. Also, I noticed Bobby is not wearing socks with his shoes. He's pulling a Don Callis.
Ugh, yeah.
But Shelton and MVP are wearing trouser socks.
Yeah.
They look very smart.
As one should.
They look very dapper.
Yeah.
What did you think of the ref?
So, when it comes to Stefan Smith, first of all, it's hard, as we already covered, it's hard to keep up with Leo Rush. But he did.
Yeah.
So he's getting a thumbs up. I will say this, though. That's just on the match. So we're not including the post-match shenanigans.
Yep.
So you still get a thumbs up, buddy, but a little bit of a wag of the finger, even though we know that shenanigans are supposed to happen. We do like it because it moves the story.
Yep.
But I have my own kayfabe where because I'm the ref, I have to be like,
Yep. I noticed... Okay, again, Swerve is really quick, even though he put on muscle.
Yep.
It was a great match. But I noticed after the Hurt Syndicate did their thing, Leo Rush was against the barricade watching all of this.
Yeah. Yep, I saw that too.
And after they left, Leo just kind of walks up to Nana, looking at him like, what? Like, what just happened? Like, almost with concern and disbelief.
Yeah.
So I'm like, does this mean he's going to possibly change his mind about joining them? Or does this cement in his mind that he needs them?
What if Nana took on
Leah Rush.
I think I would dig that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not opposed.
And then if you teamed Swerve and Leo up, you got like the high flyer fast action teamed with the muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a really nice dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm anxious to see what's going to happen with it. How about you?
Same.
Yeah.
Thirstometer.
Oh, yeah.
11 out of 10.
I'm not too surprised by that.
Swerve alone just cranks it up there.
So let's close out the match.
Renee is with Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Jamie has on an orange coat with fur lining, or the fur collar.
Yep.
And a red shirt with a silken scarf.
Mm-hmm.
And as she says she's coming after one thing, the screen goes black. And I thought it was just something on my end until I heard the crowd exclaim, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And that is when we get a video of Julia Hart. Like she's waking up from a nightmare with a white shirt on and a red blood heart. And we see her answer the phone with a disconnected phone cord. And Brody King says, "Julia, it's time to come home." And then she slowly switches into her House of Black character.
Yep.
So my takeaway, obviously she's coming back soon. That'll be great.
Yes.
She is missed. I am wondering if she will be taking on Jamie Hayter since it cut off Jamie's promo.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
No, that would be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Because Jamie's still quite a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
But so it'd be interesting. It's not just like a throwaway match. It's
exactly.
Yeah.
Also the clash of styles.
Absolutely.
And aesthetic.
Yep.
Thirstometer. All around, you've got a 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
This leads us to our main event. FTR versus Malachi and Brody King as the Kings of the Black Throne, representing the House of Black. And this is for a spot for the tag team titles at Full Gear, the 4-way.
Yeah. Yeah, and because of that, Private Party was out there and yep.
And we already have the Outrunners qualified.
Yes, we do.
The ref is Paul Turner. I adore House of Black, so obviously I adore Kings of the Black Throne.
Absolutely. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I really don't have any notes on this match because I was so absorbed in it. I thought it was an excellent match, very hard-hitting.
It was an excellent match. It brought, I mean, you'll hear later with the meat thermometer, it brought plenty of the meat for tonight. But well executed, great match. And then at the end, the whole House of Black, shaking hands and saying, "Good job."
Yeah.
I know that rubs some people the wrong way because they're like, well, why would they do that? They're supposed to be, guys that are more heels. But I don't care. Even if you're a heel, I like the honor.
Well, they helped FTR up, and then they shook their hands. And I'm honestly wondering, characters evolve.
Yeah.
So maybe House of Black is evolving somewhat. Maybe it's just Malachi evolving. Who knows?
But I'm here for it because I like signs of respect and I like honor.
And I am happy that Kings of the Black Throne won. Yeah. What'd you think of the ref?
Paul did a good job. He was quick on calling the bell, and because when you're choking out a dude, you don't want to you got to pay attention, otherwise people get hurt. So it was good all around. Paul was great following him through the whole thing, and he was quick on his calls, and so he gets a thumbs up.
Nice. I am happy that House of Black is getting pushed.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
Good.
Thirstometer. 10 out of 10.
Oh, there you go.
It's all Brody and Malachi for me.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, FTR's not too shabby.
No, they're not.
I get it.
But my whole thing is House of Black.
That's fair.
Let's close this match out.
All right.
CTE alert. 3. Kip to Juice, Roddy to Lance, and Claudio to Darby.
We're going to give that a...
Now, we have learned from a credible source that it isn't the obvious things that will get you, okay?
Yeah, there's way more bumps that'll rock your noggin, if you will.
Yeah. Bitch count, 0.
Oh, that's sad.
Who's your wrestler of the night?
My wrestler of the night, believe it or not, is going to be Julia Hart.
Oh.
And I picked her because, number one, it is a tremendous job with her anticipation building promos. I love the production quality of her promos. I love that it's like you'd almost think you're watching a commercial for a horror film. And because that's just building my anticipation in a way that's giving me goosebumps, she's going to get my Wrestler of the Night.
Nice.
I'm excited for her to come back.
Mm-hmm. Mine, I have 3.
Okay.
Rocky Romero, Mark Briscoe, and Darby Allin.
Okay, yeah.
They came out and had Orange's back.
Yes.
He probably didn't ask them.
Solid choice.
He probably didn't ask them, knowing Orange. He was probably like, no, these guys, I told you, they're dangerous.
Yeah.
But he was like, nope.
Yep.
So, yeah, being there for your friend.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's solid choice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I like yours, too.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Who's your ref of the night?
My ref of the night is Rick Knox.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. He got the 2 thumbs up, and his match was really good.
Nice.
So he gets it.
Who's your D-bag of the night?
My D-bag of the night is MVP because you don't treat any woman that way, and especially not Renee.
My D-bag of the night. I had MVP as well.
Yeah, that's
for
fair.
Mansplaining.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's cementing himself as a heel, so we'll give a pass. But at the same time, we don't need to put that out there for the young males to see that and
look up to.
Yeah, no.
Don't do it.
You're going to get the D-bag of the night, buddy.
Yeah, from both of us. Meat thermometer time.
Oh, what's that? What's that I hear? Is that the sizzle of some meat? Oh. Yes, tonight was a very meaty night. I mean, throughout the whole thing, we had it coming at us. So help me out, because I know there's going to be some that I'm going to forget. So right from the beginning, we have everything going down. But I mean, we've got in the first promo in the ring, we had Brian Cage and Lance Archer that come out. We got Powerhouse Hobbs coming out. And then that blends right into the Lance Archer match. So we've got a whole match with Archer going. And then it just keeps bleeding in. And then when we get to the big finale, well, actually, let's not even skip to the finale. Then we got the Hurt Syndicate. I'm just going to throw them all in because they're all meaty.
Yeah.
So all of their shenanigans jump in because we had promos and matches with them.
Yeah.
And then just to finish it out, Brody King and FTR.
Yeah.
It was meaty in all the best ways. So I'm going to give tonight a well done.
Nice.
And there you go.
It is now time for the neurodivergent interesting fact brought to you by Amanda via me. Ooh. Tonight we'll be focusing on dyslexia.
Oh, I know some people with that.
Dyslexia affects 20% of the population.
It's that high?
Yes, and represents 80 to 90% of all those with learning disabilities. It is the most common of all forms of neurodivergence.
Well, there you go.
It's also referred to as a specific reading disability. It's characterized by difficulty with matching imagery to words. This can present difficulties with reading, writing, and spelling. Some people with dyslexia also struggle with following directions, mixing up words, or aspects of math. Others may also have trouble with planning and organizing. People with dyslexia may read or write slow. Some may suffer from headaches due to sustained concentration while reading and writing, even while being very knowledgeable on the topic. But some strengths that some dyslexic people may have would be long-term memory.
Oh, nice.
Above average problem-solving skills, conceptual thinking, pattern spotting, visio-spatial thinking, and more creative on average.
Good for those guys.
For physical accommodations, allow more time and quiet space for writing accommodations, as they may write and read slower while also being topic experts. Also, allow breaks. Allow for video reports or video messaging tools such as Loom instead of written reports.
Nice.
As far as social accommodations, use the contrast between the background and text on documents. Colored paper and friendly fonts are helpful if the employee asks for this.
Okay. Employee or student, I suppose.
Yeah, or your friend.
I don't typically give my friends notes, but if I did, absolutely, Lisa.
Well, if you text, if your friend has dyslexia and they're like, "Hey, could you use this font? Could you change the font?"
Well, sure.
You know?
Which is a solid point because in Messenger, when Amanda changed the theme in our chat group, she didn't know it changed it for everyone.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, "Hey, can you change it back? Because this is like tripping me out."
Yeah, because every time we do the thumbs up, it's a pride flag.
And I'm okay with that. It was the rainbow color because when it was on the yellow, I'm like, I just can't read it.
Oh, yeah. When fully understood, the use of symbols can be helpful to remember important events or reminders. Opt for this over text. And the more you know.
Exactly.
So ask for accommodations.
Oh! Indeed.
Please follow, like, rate, subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah.
We can be reached via email at wwndpod@gmail.com. We're also on Threads, Instagram, and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can find those links and a list of our commonly used terms on our website, which is podcastahoy.com/WWND.
Yeah, and keep an eye out for this because we're going to be changing it soon. When we do, we realized the website was a little long, so we're going to shorten it, or we're going to get something that's going to be a little more memorable.
Mm-hmm.
But as always, we put our website in the episode notes for each episode. So even when it changes, don't worry, guys. It's going to be in those notes for you.
And on Threads and all the other places, in our bio is the website URL.
There you go.
Yeah. So as always, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to talking with you next week.
Dead air!
Thank you for listening to WWND, Wrestling with Neurodivergence, a Podcast Ahoy production. The producers of WWND are Lisa Rudd, Amanda Putnam, and Gary Putnam. Recording is done by Gary Putnam. Editing is done by Lisa Rudd. Check out our social media for updates on upcoming pods and for clips and other media referenced in this episode. Links and information can be found in the episode notes. Thanks again from everyone at the WWND family.